For generations, buying a home was the ultimate symbol of success, the cornerstone of adulthood, stability, and financial independence. But today, for millions of people across the world, that dream is slipping away. The question isn't, when will I buy a house, anymore. It's, will I ever be able to? Welcome to the housing crisis, a global story of money, power, and broken promises. This is why no one can afford to buy a house anymore. Let's start with a simple fact. In most major cities, the cost of a home has skyrocketed far faster than wages have. In the 1970s, the average home in the US cost about 3 times the average annual income. Today, it's 7 to 10 times. In places like London, Toronto, Sydney, or Stockholm, it's even worse. Owning a home used to be a financial goal within reach. Now it's a luxury. So, what happened? Well, it's not one single cause. It's a perfect storm. A mix of economic policy, corporate greed, population shifts, and even psychology. Let's break it down. There simply aren't enough homes. For decades, governments and local authorities failed to build enough affordable housing. Strict zoning laws made it nearly impossible to construct new homes in desirable areas. And when construction did happen, it often targeted luxury buyers, not the average person. Developers realized they could make more money selling $1 million apartments than 50 affordable ones. And they did. The result? A generation of renters competing for fewer and fewer homes, driving prices up for everyone. Then came the era of cheap money. After the 2008 financial crash, central banks around the world slashed interest rates to historic lows. Borrowing became insanely cheap. People rushed to buy property. Investors saw opportunity. Homes stopped being places to live and became financial assets. Buying real estate wasn't just about having a roof over your head anymore. It was about building wealth, and when everyone is investing, the prices explode. In the last decade, something new entered the picture. Big money. Institutional investors, massive corporations, hedge funds, and private equity firms started buying up homes. Entire neighborhoods were bought in cash. Homes that could have gone to families were turned into rental income machines. In the US alone, corporate investors now own hundreds of thousands of single-family homes. In Canada, nearly 1 in 5 home purchases are made by investors. In Europe and Asia, foreign capital floods into real estate as a safe investment. The result? Ordinary buyers can't compete with billion-dollar funds that can pay cash above asking price. As house prices soared, wages didn't. Most people today earn less in real terms than their parents did at the same age, once you adjust for inflation and cost of living. So even though you might make $50,000 a year, the house that cost $100,000 in your parents' day now costs $500,000. The math doesn't add up. And with rent prices rising too, saving for a down payment feels impossible. You're stuck renting forever. It's not just markets, policy failures play a huge role. Many governments promote homeownership as a moral good, but their actions often inflate prices further. First-time buyer grants, tax breaks, and mortgage incentives sound helpful, but they actually push prices up by increasing demand without increasing supply. And in some countries, politicians themselves are landlords or real estate investors. The system benefits those who already own. There's also a cultural obsession with owning property. Parents tell their kids, renting is throwing money away. Banks advertise mortgages as the path to freedom. But when everyone wants to buy, demand becomes insatiable. In some cities, homes sit empty, bought by investors who never intend to live there, while local families can't afford a single room. Homes became status symbols instead of shelters. And when shelter becomes an investment, society breaks. Behind the numbers are real people. Young couples postponing children because they can't find stable housing. Middle-class families pushed out of cities where they grew up. Entire generations locked out of the dream their parents took for granted. A home used to mean belonging. Now it means debt or defeat. So where do we go from here? Some cities are trying to fight back. Berlin attempted to freeze rents. New Zealand banned foreign buyers. Vienna still builds thousands of public housing units every year, keeping prices stable. And innovative models like co-housing, community land trusts, and tiny homes are emerging. But make no mistake, these are band-aids on a broken system. To fix housing, we need to rethink what housing is. Not a commodity, not a stock, but a human right. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The housing crisis isn't an accident. It's the result of decades of deliberate policy, financial greed, and cultural obsession. And while it feels personal, it's not your fault. You didn't fail the system. The system failed you. Maybe one day the dream of owning a home won't depend on luck, inheritance, or how early you got into the market. Maybe the next generation won't have to sacrifice half their lives just for a place to live. But until then, we're living in a world where homes are worth more empty than the people who need them.